106.7 The Fan, Chad Dukes versus the world. Very excited. You need to be on WatchChadDukes.com right now. I am joined by two of the best fighters on the planet, no bull S. UFC Featherweights, Ricardo Lamas and Chad Mendes are with me live in studio here at WJFK. Gentlemen, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Thanks, man.
So you guys are going to be fighting in Fairfax, which is awesome. Before we get into the fight, before we get into everything else, there's a bunch of stuff I want to ask you. Can you, because I'm a fan of your sport, but I host a sports show, and so I get baseball fans and football fans like, oh, I'm a boxing, blah, blah, blah. Can you talk a little bit about the live product and the energy at a live UFC event when you're looking down into that cage and the two guys walk in, the cage door's shut? I haven't felt anything like it at any sporting event I've ever been to. Can you guys kind of talk a little bit about that for people that haven't seen it up close and in person?
You mean from the
From the fans, clearly not from your point of view, from the fans' point of view.
It's pretty cool, man. I actually like going to fights. I don't know if you do, but I love going to fights and just, getting to relax in the crowd. You don't have to worry about getting your nerves all amped up and everything. So it's cool to just watch teammates and stuff. But, it's completely different than you see on TV. Obviously you don't get to hear all the commentation and stuff, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the crowd, especially you get these fights where any of the Brazilians fight on the crowd or on the card, and the crowd's full of Brazilians. Man, these guys are rowdy. I'm sure. You've been to a few with all the Brazilians, man. They start chanting, "You're gonna die" in Portuguese. It gets crazy. Yeah,
it's just a different type of environment. It's the first time in 3 years UFC to the Patriot Center. Tickets for the April 4th bout go on sale February 13th at 10 a.m. Ticketmaster. You guys are the main event. For those people that don't know, are you cool with each other? Like, this isn't a situation where you guys hate each other's guts and you're gonna go in there and fight it, flick each other off like a Diaz or anything like that?
We're cool. We played Monopoly yesterday for like 3 hours in the hotel room.
Chad
got mad when I bought Boardwalk and he just flipped the whole thing over and wrecked out.
That's what I did.
We both have a mutual respect for each other. I think the main thing is that we're both very professional. So we know that when fight time comes, for those 25 minutes, we're going to hate each other. But, outside of the octagon, there's no need for any more animosity. We're professional athletes, and I think we both conduct our way ourselves that way.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. Every interview we've done, actually, they've asked us that, and
I apologize.
No, it's good. It's fine. It's people ask it and they want to know, and like you said, we're professional athletes. There's a mutual respect that you get some guys that just have to run their mouth and they have to talk to crap, and those are the guys that just can't stand being around, and it's not me, it's not who I am, but like you said, when we get in there and it's fight night, it's a completely different story, man. That switch gets flipped and it's time to go.
Yeah. I think I heard an interview with you, Ricardo, where you said, if my opponent respects me, I will respect them. And if they don't, well, then we go in a different direction. Is that kind of in your profession how you guys have to handle that situation?
Yeah, of course, you have a choice. If someone disrespects you, you have a choice to be the bigger man and let it slide. But me, the way I was raised was the way I grew up. If you have respect for me, I have respect for you. But if you disrespect me, then you're going to see a completely different side of me come out.
Right. Chad, you first of all, you both fought Jose Aldo, who's insane. You fought him twice, and you were a completely different fighter the second time you fought him, and you knocked the dude down. And I believe there's a couple of punches when like a bell went, the horn went off, and nobody could hear it, and you got clipped a couple times. And a lot of people are saying, "Hey, this fight might have gone a different way." When you look back at those fights, they're both losses. They're your only two losses. Can you take solace in that? Can you look and say, "Look at the growth I had. Look, I took this guy to places that nobody else has." Like, is that something that you can build off of, or does it still kind of eat you up inside?
It eats me up a little bit. Obviously, it's the guy that I've lost to, the only guy I've lost to. And so, the first time I feel like I would have taken him into deeper waters, back then, but I just got caught. I felt like I was, very prepared at that point. Obviously, my stand-up game wasn't anywhere near what it is now. And I think that's why I was able to execute my game plan a lot better this time. But, It does suck. I'd like to get in there and fight this guy and beat this guy. In college, my senior year, I lost to one dude, and it was the very last match of the entire season. So, that left a bitter taste in my mouth, and I never got to, kind of get that W back. So, this is the same thing for me, but I have some years ahead of me. So hopefully I can get in there and fight Jose again, whether it's for the title or not. But I'd like to beat that guy sometime down the road.
Ricardo, do you believe that this fight is for who should be the #1 contender for the featherweight title? Is there anybody else? Frankie Edgar comes to mind. Does it matter whether it's McGregor or it's Aldo that win the fight that they have? In your mind, are you guys, whoever wins this fight, that's who should get the next title shot at the strap?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm coming off wins here. Chad is coming off, one of the best featherweight title fights in the history of the UFC, and the winner of this fight should be next in line for sure. Frankie's up there also. But his last, of course, when he beat Cub, that was huge. So Frankie's definitely in the mix, and it depends on who he fights next and what happens with all that. But as far as I'm concerned, the winner of this fight is next in line for a title shot.
Of course, the UFC will be at the Patriot Center. You can get tickets this Friday, Ticketmaster.com. They go on sale at 10 a.m. There's a lot going on right now inside the world of the UFC. And when you guys look at what it is now and what it was, it's more professional now, I think. It's better packaged, and there's a lot more of the product, and I think it's easier to get in. But you're also seeing guys get rewarded that maybe don't have as much experience, that maybe don't have the resume. Maybe they are really good entertainers. And that's great. You want entertainment. I understand that from my side of things, but I'm not the one cutting weight. I'm not the one getting hit. I'm not the one paying for trainers and then, ice packs and getting leg kicked. As the guys that are competing and taking the bumps, what does that mean to you when you look at a guy that's, okay, he's a great entertainer and he's put together some fights, wins, but I'm still here and I'm still feel like that I deserve what he's getting. How do you work through that process?
Yeah, man, it's tough. I learned this early on in my career as a mixed martial artist, especially getting the WEC and the UFC. You're going to get your heart broken very fast if you treat this like a sport.
Sure.
This is an entertainment business. When you have all these goals and you push yourself and you put yourself in these, situations where you're having to push through and, all this dedication and time that you're spending on this and money, and then there's certain things that happen like Conrad getting thrown into the mix, and then going right into the title shot after this. It's like, like I said, your heart's going to get broken pretty quick. So it's entertainment. I mean, you got to have to, you're going to have to talk some talk and you're going to have to back it up. To Conor's defense, he has beat everybody that they've put in there with him. But, I just don't think these are the types of caliber fighters that should have, catapulted him into the title shot like that. But, the guy talks a big talk. He's beating these guys that they put in. It's not his fault. They're not giving him any tough wrestlers or anything like that. So, like I said, it's entertainment. But like I said, if it's ultimately me and this guy as the top dudes in the featherweight division, the winner of this fight is going to be the true #1 contender. So we'll see April 4th.
Yeah, I also assume you're talking about the CM Punk thing going on where, he's coming in. I try not to hold any resentment towards anybody that's coming in. I mean, this guy, we're going to find out very soon if he's going to be able to handle this or not. And if he can't, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. This isn't, no one's going to come in here and slap his chest. People are going to be punching him in his mouth. So if he's not ready, he can get hurt pretty bad. So, it's not just like he's coming in and doing this. This is the real deal right here, man. So
yeah, you can only entertain so much.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, he's going to find out real fast if he's, cut out for this or not.
Sure.
Who knows? Maybe he is. Maybe he's going to come here and, they're going to put him with a guy that he can beat, and he does it, which is great for him. But if not, like I said, he's going to find out.
I want to ask you guys a little bit more about that and then about the fight with each other. Can you hang out for one more segment?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Do you have any? Okay, excellent. All right. So
right? Yeah.
check them out. Are you good? Awesome. It's watchchaddukes.com. You want to see these guys. They're two of the best in the world, Ricardo Lamas and Chad Mendes. Follow them on Twitter at Ricardo Lamas MMA and at Chad Mendes. Of course, they'll be at the Patriot Center on April 4th. Tickets on sale this Friday, Ticketmaster.com. Quick update from Earl Forsey, then we're right back. It's Chad Dukes versus the World.